Hi, I'm Jason Hicks with Moe's Outdoor Equipment, and today I'm going to talk to you about common mower problems, what we see when people call in and say their mower won't start, and how you can hopefully fix some of that stuff yourself. We get the call probably 20 times a day. Guy calls up and says, hey, my mower won't start, can you send somebody out? We absolutely can. It's a $75 trip charge. Hopefully this video will help you save a little bit of money and avoid having to send us out. So a few things, especially if you have a zero-turn mower, required for this machine to start, both of these handles have to be completely out. There's a safety device in the handle that requires you to push them all the way out so that the machine knows that it's in neutral. If it is hanging up just a hair, it won't start. So we see that quite a bit. The other thing we see is when you, some people will say, hey, I was mowing and stopped to talk to the neighbor, come back and the mower wouldn't start. Could be the handle, so check the handle again. Could also be that you left the deck on and just shut the key off. So if that's the case, the mower won't start with the PTO switch engaged. So you need to make sure that's down. You just push it down, see if the mower will start. The third thing is somebody's got to be on the seat. So if you're a lighter person and you're sitting up on the edge of the seat, it might not recognize that. So just make sure your body's back in the seat and you're sitting on it as best you can. The fourth thing, and probably the most prominent thing, is loose battery cables. We see it pretty regular. It's one thing we check when we do a tune-up on a machine or come out to your house and do a tune-up, is the tightness of the battery cables. Some people put a new battery in it, they just push the wing nuts down a little bit and they don't get them real tight. Over time, those are going to corrode and then have a bad connection. So it's important that the battery cable bolts are as tight as you can possibly get them without breaking them, obviously. That's pretty much it common-wise on a riding mower or zero turn. Next we're going to talk about a push mower and what we see there. So here we are at the push mower. This happens to be a Toro Super Recycler, but it's going to be applicable on about any push mower engine that won't start. Probably on these, the most common thing would be the air filter getting dirty. Normally there will be a clip somewhere that you can take the cover off. There shouldn't be any tools required. Basically, the engine runs on a fuel mixture that is mixed with air and fuel. So clogging this air filter up restricts the amount of air. So at the end of the day, what you end up with is a richer fuel mixture, which will make the mower smoke. It'll make it do all kinds of bad things. If it smokes a lot, or if you leave it running like that a lot, what will happen is the cylinder head will get carbon buildup on it, which is basically unused fuel that the engine can't burn off, which will create some bigger problems for you in the future. The other thing we see quite a bit, if the deck gets really packed with grass, it's going to create, basically the engine is designed to run with a clean deck. So as the deck gets packed up with grass, it overworks the engine, might reduce the engine RPMs a little bit just because there's nowhere for the air to go when the blade is picking up when the blade is creating that suction. So it's important to keep the deck cleaned out, important to keep the air filter cleaned out or replace it frequently. Outside of that, there's not a whole lot with them that we would recommend a homeowner doing. Obviously, if you're going to clean the deck out, make sure the machine is off before you do anything like that. And make sure that it's off before you do anything when you get down to the moving parts. If you have any questions, give us a call. You can also check us out on Facebook or visit us at buyatmows.com.